Hey guys, welcome to Career Notes. I'm Julia Bruck with Kimberly Page, and we've taken the show on the road. We are outside and we are talking about something really important. Fear. So for you just got done publishing a book.
Yes.
Your first one. Congratulations. Yes. I bet there was a lot of fear in that.
There was. There was fear for years just to get started.
To even
writing.
Think about doing it, to put the words on the paper. And so how did fear hold you back from really serving more people?
I think fear held me back mostly just by me not taking the steps to get out there and do things that I could do, for fear that I wouldn't be able to do it, or for fear of what people may think, or just every time you turn around it would be a different fear that would pop in my head.
So is it also fear of not being good enough? I know that's something that I've struggled with.
Of course. Just fear of not being perfect. Because a lot of times we think that anytime we do something, everything has to be done just so.
Right.
But coming to the realization that that's not how life works.
Oh, no. It's
not how life works.
And
knowing that most times things aren't going to work the way that we have planned, and you would think that that would help. It doesn't.
It doesn't. And it's that in the pit of your stomach thinking, what if? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not pretty enough? What if I don't say the right words? Exactly. What if somebody laughs at me?
Exactly. And that's I'm that person that I'm pretty good with who I am, and I really don't concern myself with what people think, but yet I worry about, well, what are they going to say?
What are they going to say?
You know, even though I'm not concerned, I am concerned.
How does it affect my reputation?
Exactly.
How could it hurt my business? Whatever work you're trying to do.
Exactly.
So for you, by holding back on fear, not be it from the book or maybe saying hello to someone or taking a new job, what do you think you've lost out on?
Then that's the thing, is I don't know.
Yeah.
There are probably opportunities that I would have had that if I'd have just stepped out and did it, but I'll never know. And I try not to second guess myself on that.
You can't look back.
I try to just really move forward and work through the fear now. Like, I wonder if I had written the book, it took me 2 years to write it.
How many years of thinking about it?
See, and that's the thing. I have no idea. So, and even throughout the 2 years, it took me that long because fear kept popping up.
Right.
And when fear would come up, then I wouldn't write for maybe a month or 6 weeks.
Man.
And I didn't tell anyone about it. It took me about 6 months of working on it before I told my husband.
He didn't even know.
He didn't know. No one knew. Just because I was like, well, it may not even work out. I might not do it. And I didn't want people to know that I was working on it, and it never came to be. So I just didn't tell people.
I found that fear, in my experience, was paralyzing. It paralyzing and keeping me stuck and living in this dark circle and running in circles.
Yeah. So many opportunities out there that the fear just kind of paralyzes you from moving forward.
And you lose belief in yourself.
Exactly.
So how did you move forward? That's always the biggest thing that I have had to try to learn from others is, what was that first step? What is that little step that you did maybe every day?
Well, I'll tell you, what happened was I'm Christian, and I was coming home from church on a Sunday, and I was watching Oprah's Soul Sunday or something. And it was
Good stuff.
Lady.
Good
it was
stuff.
A lady.
By the way, Oprah, someday you're going to be here.
Interviewing us.
Yeah.
So it was a lady on there, and she was talking about how she started her book. And she talked about all of her fears, things that I was able to identify with.
You could connect with it.
I could. And the biggest thing was she was like in her mid-60s.
Wow.
And for me, I was approaching 50, but that was one of the things that I would tell myself is, it's too late in life to be starting this. And it was like that day, no more excuses, no more reasons not to do this. You've got to get started. And so that was the thing that made me start. And at some point, I just determined that I don't care what the fear is. I'm just going to finish this book, and whatever happens with it, happens with it. You know, we're not always in control of everything. So I just relinquished and was like, whatever happens, happens.
And there's so much freedom.
It really is.
There's so much freedom and accomplishment.
It is.
Because now you know you've worked through this 4-letter word
yes.
called fear.
Exactly.
So for someone here who's watching this, what's a piece of advice that you would give them to work through their fear?
I think the first thing is just know that you're going to have it. And we all have it.
Oh, we do.
Anybody who's
Oh,
doing
we
anything has fear.
I have fear about this vlog.
Well, I have
creating it,
fear about
starting
being
it.
interviewed
Oh
by
my
you,
God, you're
but
doing
I'm
great.
here doing it. It's just know that that's just a part of life, and you're gonna do it with the fear, and you're not the only one that's doing it with fear. Everybody who's doing things in life has it.
Yeah.
It's just part of it. So just push through it, whether it's telling yourself all the reasons why you can do whatever it is you're stepping out to do, but just look for those reasons of why you need to push through it and do it.
And one small step every day.
Every day.
It has to be a little step every day.
Every day.
Every day. And suddenly you move through it.
And my thing would be, don't wait.
Oh,
Don't put things off
Don't
because
wait.
of the fear. That would be the one thing. If I could go back and change, I would just go ahead and do what it was that I wanted to do when I wanted to do it in spite of the fear. It's what I do now.
There we go.
Right.
Don't wait, guys. Conquer your fear. Thank you so much for watching this Career Note. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
We are so glad to have you on Career Notes. Hey, you guys, so if this helped you, I want you to hit right below. I want you to say work life, #work life. And what's one word that you wish you would have known about earlier in the game that impacted your career? We might talk about it. We might ask you to be on this vlog. But until then, be bold, be brave, be you. See ya.
Bye.